So I've been sitting here with Spirit and having a little bit of a download and listening to the information, and I must admit part of me was going, are you crazy? So let me tell you what they have said. I've heard a lot about the planets and I've heard a lot about the energy and how the energy feels a little bit heavy or being thrown about, almost as if it's been a bit like seasickness in a way. The energy sort of coming backwards and forwards. Some will feel this, some will not. It's entirely okay. It's absolutely fine. Everybody is on a different layer, a different level of themselves, and so you're going to feel what you need to feel at any given time, okay? So the idea is just allowing yourself to be aware of what's going on for you and knowing everything that happens is okay for you, absolutely fine. Okay, so checking in with Spirit, and all I heard was, welcome, you're invited to the biggest party in the universe. And I was like, what? And I said, life. It's the biggest party in the universe. Life. Each and every one of you has been invited to this party. And then when I dissected it more and asked, what did they mean by that? They meant that come into a party, just like you do any party in life. You know, you might know some people in the party, you might not know some people, might not have been introduced to them, and that's very much like life. When we, gosh, I just said, it's a bit like when you come through the doors of a home or an area or a venue, wherever it is, and you open those doors and you walk into that space, it's a bit like being birthed and coming in and saying, hello, I'm here. And what they said is, you're not going to like everyone that's at the party. Of course you're not. It's about the individual parties and the groups. Okay, let me ask what they mean by that. So what they were saying is, and what they are saying now, is very clear in the sense of, okay, thank you. No, this is, okay. They don't think the way humans do, because they've sort of like jumped in and now they want to retract a little bit. So let me explain. Okay, thank you. Okay. So the parties that we're invited to, they might be work parties, they might be family parties, they might be friendship groups, they might be something to do with organisations, community parties, or whatever they are. But the parties that you're invited to, depending on where you are, depending on what the party's about, will be if you connect or not. Come on, you need to explain more. Okay, let's have a little look what they mean. Okay, thank you. Okay, my guides are reshuffling here, so they're trying to explain to me more. Okay, thank you. Okay, what do you mean? Let's have a little look here. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you, got it. Okay, so at a party, many of who's been to a party will notice that you'll gravitate to certain sections, certain places. So you imagine like a large venue and you've got like pockets and corners and areas of people, what they might be doing, other humans who whatever they might be doing. And you might know some and you might not know some people. And you might be that type of person that sort of wants, that sort of person that wants to talk to everybody. You might be that type of person that just wants to sit in the corner and be quiet, and that's absolutely fine. You live your life however you want to live. I just heard that. Okay, fine. But depend on the party, and depending who you are, depending on what's going on for your life, depends on how you interpret what's going on around you. Okay, come on guys, come on. Okay, right, got it. Okay. So let's have a little look. Oh, I've got two guides here and they're like shuffling around. Who's going to tell me what? Okay, so what we've got is that what they're saying to me is very much about when you tune into your abilities. Thank you. Okay, psychic abilities. Let's have a look at that. It's all over the place. Let's have a little look. Okay, so when you are living this lifetime, when you are tuning into your abilities, your intuition, or learning about your intuition and stretching yourself and wanting to learn more and connecting to those abilities through whatever avenue or for whatever way that you want to, you start becoming aware of your energy and you start becoming aware of the fact that who you connect with. So for instance, very much like who's listening to this now, people who are very much starting to want to know more, who want to connect to energy, who are interested in the universe, who are interested in growing more as an individual, by expanding yourself, by developing your abilities. It's not about that what you give to others, but you will, but it's about what you do for yourself. So depending on where you are on your journey, depending on the life you've had, gosh, they're all over the place. As in, for instance, I had a client last week who'd lost a baby, and so it threw her life up in the air. It wasn't how she thought it was going to be, and through losing that baby ended up making her going off to do some charity work. And then she built up a charity organisation around helping other women that have gone through losing babies, whatever. So when I was talking to Spirit, she had to go through that life experience to bring her where she is so that she can develop her skills and be with others and give back to society. And some will say, yes, it's really cruel though, the fact that she had to lose a baby to go through that. But that was her purpose. That's why she came here. That was her sole purpose. That's why she was living this life, so that she could come back and that then she could help others. So that she could be here, that she can help others who'd gone through something very similar. So again, let's come back to the party. So if she was, say for instance, party is like a life, our life is like a party and we're invited to a large venue and we walk through those doors, she's most likely going to be attracted to those people or those individuals that have gone through something similar to herself, and she's going to be pulled over to that direction. It's almost like words or situations that's happened for her, she'll be attracted to them. And I've had another person last week where they had encountered a lot of abuse in their relationship, and again, through them going through their abuse, they've ended up meeting other individuals that they can then go on to help. And again, life is like this party in the universe where you'll be drawn to certain areas, certain sections and certain individuals. Now, what I'm hearing very clearly is that by learning about your own gifts, by being intuitive, by developing your skills, what it does is it sort of raises up your vibration in the sense of you start hearing people that you connect to more. You start being aware of that there are people out there that are very similar to you, are very like-minded, and you start gathering, you start connecting to those individuals, you start being around them, you start joining them, and you start connecting to those individuals. Okay, thank you. What's happening very much at the moment is that through your own situation of what's going on in your life, it's sort of bringing you to a place in yourself where you're going to end up connecting to individuals that are very similar, that have gone through those experiences and who are now at that level that are also interested in the divine universe and energy. It's like bringing you all together. Okay, thank you. And it's very much as in the connection of other people. So what they're saying to me is, at the moment, what's going on, this change, yes, we know about the planetary changes. We've got new moon 11th of May, that's coming in Taurus. You then have, let's have a little look, you've got to change Jupiter, and there's other planets moving on. What they're saying is, if you see each the planet has its own personality, it comes together. It's very much thinking they're bringing me back to this party, this venue, this event, that with the planets coming in, how you're going to interact with the energy of the planets, because each planet has a personality. Each planet is going to be affecting individuals individually because of where your zodiac sign might be in the astrology chart, when you were born and everything. So depending on the planets of what's coming in, where it's coming in, hitting you in your chart, is going to affect you very much at this moment. They just said it's going to affect your energy levels, and it is a bit like going to a party of individuals in a party, wherever they are, wherever they're standing, wherever you are within this party. How you connect to those individuals is very much how you're going to connect to those planets. Each of those planets are going to affect you. Okay, thank you. And where those planets are right now, they have been brought together at this time to make those changes, and make those changes in each and every one of your lives. So, okay, thank you. I'm just checking in. When they're talking about your psychic abilities and your intuition, it's very much in the sense of, at this moment in time, you have the opportunity, oh gosh, this is what I just said, to upgrade. And upgrading just meaning tuning into what you need, tuning into your abilities, how you can connect with others. But when you start tuning in, when you start developing your own intuition, your psychic abilities, you send out this like a magnet of energy, and that you start attracting them. So if you was in a party, okay, think they just showed me like a silvery glittery dress that, you know, and you know, men obviously, some will wear dresses, some will wear nice, entirely up to you. I'm not here to judge, but they're showing me this as, you know, that this is what they do, like a game of charades and stuff, so I know the pictures and whatever. But what they're showing me is that, you know, if you wore this silvery glittery dress and someone else wore a silver glittery dress, you're more likely to be brought together because there's some similarities. And what they're showing me is very much at the moment where this bringing of people in together who feel that they want change, to feel that life is changing at the moment and they want something different, that is going to connect people. It's going to bring them together. It's going to be like a hive. It's like the community, this tribal feeling of being around like-minded people who will understand who you are and really get where you've come from. And those who are going to connect and are sort of looking at learning on growing and expanding themselves are going to be those who've gone through life experiences that have been quite traumatic at times. And those experiences, I've just been told, needed to happen in our lives to bring us to where we are. We need to have those experiences as a soul to bring you to where you are today. It's really important that you know that. So it's not that people who say they're in psychic intuitive or are looking at the energy field haven't gone through hardship. Most likely, most of them have, but have looked for a better understanding of an expansion of themselves. Many people, and I know I did this when I was younger, you know, through my depression, you know, I isolated myself and sort of hid away in my cave and was very isolated. And as time went by, I learned that it was about expanding myself and personal development. And that's why we go through all these scenarios, these situations that happen in our life. You know, people losing babies or loved ones, or losing your job or repositioning you and stuff. And what they said very clearly, and what they're still saying now, is the reason this happens is to sort of put you on course to sort of look at yourself, to expand your knowledge of yourself. Otherwise, you're living in this vessel as a human being, and you're living here without understanding who you really are. And what they said was that, you know, I've heard this very much this week, a lot of people have come into me and said, you know, what is my life purpose? And the biggest thing that keeps coming out from Spirit, which I keep hearing from Spirit, is your life purpose is to connect to your soul, is to listen to your soul, to guide you on your journey. You know, connecting you with other people that you will be relatable to, and then you will be able to help each other. It's not about hiding or shying away or, you know, allowing yourself to be in such a low frequency. And when I talk about frequency, a lot of that is like how you're feeling. A lot of that, you know, when things do happen for individuals, and I've had this with some of my clients, because as a therapist as well, that, you know, their energy feels quite low because of where they are. And yes, you're going to have those moments, but it really is up to you to say, do I want to stay there, or do I want to raise my vibration? Do I want to feel happy in myself? And by doing that, it's about really setting that intention by saying, I don't want to be in that place anymore. I want to feel happier. I want to be able to wake up and look forward to the day. I want to go to bed at night and not worry. I want to look forward to work. I want to look forward to seeing that person. I want to have love in my life. But it's about you really setting that intention. And the reason for bringing that up is they're saying this is what's happening right now. It's like what's going on the planet where, you know, if we think of astrology wise and all the planets and how they've come in, it's having this knock-on bouncy effect to some people's energy. Some people are going to feel it more than others. Some people aren't going to feel it, but that's okay. but it's just to reposition you. It's just so that you can find your balance. It's like that little sailing ship in the ocean with the sail. It's just to keep re-navigating, keep finding your way. That doesn't work. Why would you keep going down that avenue? Keep changing course. And that's how they're saying life is. There's going to be lots of people that are going to be, you know, where they were, I don't know, before the pandemics. They're going to sort of think they can go back to life how it used to be. You can't, because you're a different person. You know, for everything that's happened, it may be that you might be feeling that you want something different for you. Some people are moving out of old relationships. People are moving into relationships. There's a lot going on. But your soul purpose, your life purpose, is to connect to your soul. Listen, tune into your soul. See what it really wants you to do. And by doing that, the way to do that is by developing your intuition, by developing your psychic abilities, because that then helps to reposition you. It helps to have that inner voice. And we don't mean the critical, you know, subconscious mind, you know, the little old beliefs in your head. It just means that, you know, you can bring in that inner voice and help for guidance, using your heart as that compass of navigating you on your pathway. Where should you be? And that just literally means, where is it that your soul, your heart lights up?